Good morning, children. Welcome to our science class, Nutrition in Animals. In the last class, we learned nutrition in plants. Plants are autotrophs and animals are heterotrophs. Now coming to the nutrition in animals. Children, can I ask few questions? How do animals get their food? Yes, from plants and animals. What are the components of food? So the food contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These are all called components of food. What is meant by nutrition? The mode of taking food into body and its utilization by the body is called nutrition. The mode of taking of food and its utilization by the body is called nutrition. That means what will happen to the food in the body? The food converts into simple substances. For example, carbohydrates, proteins, fats and vitamins and minerals. These are the complex form. In the body, these changes into simple form. In the last class, during the photosynthesis, glucose is formed. What is this glucose? Glucose is the simple form. Later, this glucose converts into complex form. That is starch. Okay. Next, starch is the complex form. Glucose is the simple form. So, the conversion or breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is called digestion. This is called digestion. Okay. Now, do all the animals take the food in the same way? No. Different animals have different types of organs. They take their food in different ways. For example, let us see various modes of feeding. Snail. Do you know snail? Where does it live? It lives in the water. So, it takes the human blood. How? Sucking. You know sucking? So, this is the mode of feeding in the snail. The food is human blood. Next, ant. Ant eats dead animals' remains and sweets, etc. What is the mode of? This is capturing. Now, eagle. Eagle eat small animals and insects. This also capturing. Now, hummingbirds. This is the smallest bird. Hummingbird is the smallest bird. So, it eats fruits and sweets, nectar of flowers by sucking. Next, lice. Do you know where does lice live? Yes, in the air. In the hair. So, it feeds on human blood. The process sucking. Mosquitoes are very dangerous. They feed on human blood. So while they are so the mode of feeding is sucking. So while they are sucking blood, they releases disease causing germs into our body. So mosquito bite is very dangerous. Butterfly, butterflies, its food is nectar and Its mode of nutrition, mode of feeding is called sucking. Housefly. So houseflies also one of the dangerous insects. Why? Because they take the uncovered food. They feed on uncovered food and excrete of humans and other animals. This is also sucking. So uncovered food. That's why these houseflies also carry the disease causing germs from one food material to another food materials. If you take that uncovered food, definitely the disease causing germs may enter into our body. So these are the various modes of feeding habits in different animals. Okay, children. Now coming to the next. In human beings, nutrition is completed in 5 stages. What is meant by nutrition? The mode of taking food and its utilization by the body is called nutrition. It is completed in 5 stages. What are they? They are: first one, ingestion; second one, digestion; third one, absorption; fourth one, assimilation; and fifth one, addition. So what are they? They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and addition. Once again I am repeating: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, addition. 5 stages are there. First one, ingestion. What is meant by ingestion? The taking food into mouth is called ingestion. Simple. Taking food into mouth is called ingestion. For example, you are given a chocolate. What will you do? You uncover it and put it into your mouth. That is called ingestion. Taking food into mouth is called ingestion. Next, digestion. Digestion is a big process. So, what is digestion? Breaking down of complex components of food into simpler substances is called digestion. This is a big process. For example, our food contains different nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. These are the complex food substances. During the digestion, these are converted into simpler substances. So this is called digestion. For example, starch. Starch is a complex food substance. It converts into sugar, glucose. This is called sugar is the or glucose is the simpler substance. We take proteins. The proteins at the end of the digestion converted into amino acids. So proteins are the complex food substances. Amino acids are the simpler food substances. Fats are the complex food substances. At the end of the digestion, these fats are converted into fatty acid, glycerol. So these fatty acids and glycerol are simpler substances. That means the conversion of complex food substances into simpler food substances is called digestion. So the digestion takes place in a system that is called digestive system. Later we will discuss about the digestion of different nutrients in our body. Next, absorption. Third stage, absorption. Here the digested food, that means simpler food substances, the digested food passes into the blood vessels in the wall of the intestine. This process is called absorption. So food gets digested in the digestive system. So the digested food, that means the simpler form of food, is carried to each and every cell in our body, every organ, every cell in our body. So, how does it possible? Only blood. Blood can carry the substances throughout the body. That's why the digested food, that is the simpler food substances, enters into blood, or the blood vessels, blood capillaries absorbs the digested food from the intestine. This is called absorption. Now, assimilation. Assimilation, the process in which the absorbed food is taken in by body cells and used for energy, growth, and repair is called assimilation. What is our definition? Nutrition, the mode of taking food and its utilization by body. So, in the first stage, we take food into our body. In the second stage, the food is converted into simpler form. In the third stage, the blood absorbs the digested food. But here in these three stages, our body has not consumed it. But in the fourth stage, the blood supplies the digested food in each and every cell, then the cell starts consuming it. The fourth stage, that is assimilation. So, in the assimilation, the cells or tissues, organs begin to consume the digested food for their growth, to release energy, to repair body parts. They are consuming the digested food. So, this process is called assimilation, the process in which the absorbed food is taken in by body cells and used for energy, growth, and repair is called assimilation. Now, last stage, digestion. Digestion means sending out the undigested food in the form of feces is called digestion. The form of feces is called digestion, sending out undigested food. So during the digestion, some unwanted substances, unwanted substances are formed. These unwanted substances are not good. If they remain in our body, it is not good for our body. So they causes some diseases. That's why we have to send unwanted and undigested food material from our body. So the sending out the undigested food in the form of fecal matter is called digestion. So our nutrition is completed in 5 stages. Those are ingestion, absorption, those are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion. These are the 5 stages. Children, you know the ingestion. Ingestion is nothing but it is taking the food into mouth. That's all. Taking food into mouth is called ingestion. Simple. Now coming to the second one, digestion. Digestion is a big process. So digestion occurs in the various parts of this digestive system. So mainly our digestive system consists of 2 parts. How many parts are there? 2 parts. What are they? First one, alimentary canal. What is the first one? Alimentary canal. And the second one? Yes, digestive glands. 2 parts. Our digestive system consists of 2 parts. First one, alimentary canal, and Second one, digestive glands. What is alimentary canal? Alimentary canal is a long tube with various widths at different parts. It is a long tube opening with both ends, but its width is or diameter is different at different places. So the alimentary canal consists of mouth. The first part, the opening part of alimentary canal is mouth. Next, the mouth opens into next part, that is pharynx. The pharynx opens into a long tube which passes from neck and chest and enters into the abdomen, that is called esophagus. This esophagus is also called food pipe. Next, this food pipe or esophagus opens into next part, a sac-like structure that is called stomach. So, mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach. Next, stomach opens into next part, that is small intestine. Next, the small intestine opens into large intestine. Next, large intestine opens into rectum and anus. So, how many parts are there? So, esophagus consists of mouth, pharynx, alimentary canal consists of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. Once again I am repeating, alimentary canal consists of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Now coming to the digestive glands. There are three types of digestive glands in our body. First one, salivary glands. These salivary glands are present in mouth. Next, liver. Liver is present in the abdomen, just below the lungs. Liver. Liver is the largest gland. And next one, there is another gland that lies under the stomach, that is pancreas. Pancreas is another digestive gland. So, how many glands are there? Three types of glands are there. Salivary glands, liver, pancreas. These three glands secrete digestive juices. These digestive juices helps in digestion. Okay, children? In this class, we studied what is mode of nutrition and what are the various modes of nutrition in different animals, and the nutrition is completed by 5 stages in human being. They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and digestion. And also digestive system in human body consists of two parts. Those are alimentary canal and digestive glands. Alimentary canal consists of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Next, there are three types of digestive glands. Those are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. That's all, children, today's lesson. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening, and also have a nice day.